Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. This is Optibotimus coming at you with another video review. And today we're going to be taking a look at the new Nickelodeon Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Kirby Bat. Starting off with the packaging, you can see that it is pretty much what we're used to with all the other regular size figures. You see that it shows that it's as seen in TMNT, the TV show from season 2, and he's a snarling winged bat. Now, one thing that's really cool about this is there's actually a lot of history behind this, and I'm gonna go all Proto Man on everybody, but as a big Ninja Turtle fan, I know a lot of the original comic history and such, so I know exactly why this guy is the way he is, and it's really cool, and I'll get into that here in a little bit. You come around here to the back, you see the other figures that are in the line, and it says, originally April's father, brave Kirby O'Neil, mutates into a bat after a canister shatters and covers him with ooze. Flying around the rooftops, Kirby Bat keeps an eye on the Krang and the city, but mainly stays away. Luckily, Kirby Bat does recognize April as his daughter and does not harm her. He's calm when she is calm, and angry when she is angry. Really very neat, and obviously his weapons are just basically his huge jaws, and his team is the Ninja Turtles. But beyond that, that's about it for the packaging. I really do still love how they use the shell design for the clamshell. I think that's really neat. But without further ado, let's get him open and see how cool he actually is. Alright guys, so here we have Kirby Bat opened up and out of its packaging. And as I said, I'm going to give you a little bit of a history lesson with this. Now, despite the fact that Michelangelo nicknamed him Wingbat in the episode that he was first unveiled, I don't really think that that's who he's supposed to homage. The character was in the comics when the Ninja Turtle comics were done by Archie Comics. And then subsequently he also appeared in the cartoon series. But I don't think that's who it's meant to homage. In the original comics done by Eastman and Laird for Mirage, there was a one-shot comic that featured Donatello. In it, Donatello was introduced to a guy who was living in the basement of April's apartment complex, who was named Kirby. This character was drawing a whole bunch of different comics and things like that. This was an absolute total homage to Jack Kirby, who was somebody who Eastman and Laird really looked up to. Now, if you guys don't know who Jack Kirby is, he is basically to DC Comics what Stan Lee is to Marvel. And he was a huge influence on Eastman and Laird and their design style and their just overall love of doing comics. In that one shot, we met Kirby, who, as I said, was drawing comics, or comic characters, one of which was a very large man-sized bat-looking creature that attacked Donatello initially. Then when Donnie went to go find out where it came from, that's where he discovered Kirby. These characters that he was drawing would eventually come to life due to a magic crystal that was tied onto a pencil. So they were drawing and things like the giant bat came to life. And that's really where I feel this figure and character in general really do come from. I absolutely love how a lot of the new things that are being done in the new actual series nicely pay homage to those original Eastman and Laird things. Even as going as far as naming the hockey stick that Casey Jones uses in Eastman. I mean, things like that. Subtle little things that just nicely pay homage to the history of the Turtles. I really love it. I think it's a great thing. So while this, I don't feel is supposed to represent Wingbat and is more designed to represent that love for Jack Kirby and that original Batman creature that he was drawing in that one shot with Donatello, I still would not mind seeing a Wingbat character at some point in time. Wingbat was really fun in the original cartoon, so I would like to see that somehow, some way brought into it. Especially now that, spoiler alert, Kirby no longer looks like this in the show. But taking a look at him, I wasted enough of your time. He comes with a little tiny bat creature. I don't know why. I mean, I guess he could hold it, and maybe this is like a batarang for him. He throws a bat at you or something. You do see one of the problems, though. Unless you have the wings down, actually touching the ground, when you have it up, he's very back heavy. Unless you position him, and I don't even know if you really could, because the way that the legs are, in order to bend them forward, you have to rotate them out like this. So your legs, if you want to get them to bend forward, you have to rotate them out. So really you're using these little back sections here
to more or less keep him standing, although I was able to do it there. You just have to, like I said, contort his legs a little bit to kind of balance them. But he does look cool. I wish there was some more detail in the actual paint, but that's something that's common with a lot of these turtle figures. They're lacking some of it. You can see that these back wings are articulated on ball joints, but you don't get too much motion with them. They move up and down, and they kind of move in and out. They don't really rotate forward. In the show, he uses this as his primary right arm because he's got this little kind of dwarf arm right here that he doesn't really use for anything. And then you got this one right here, but you got this arm with very Popeye-esque looking forearms. But you got a lot of really nice detail in his head. These little bits here are softer rubber, but you see that big giant vein thing that he does have in the cartoon. Very bulbous head, a lot of real ugly, kind of throbbing looking bulges coming from his head, but very nicely done, I think. And then you got this big giant vein, which doesn't really look much like a vein. It looks like he's wearing something, but it's pretty cool. And like I said, you do have the shoulder up here that is articulated and moves forward and back, in and out. This one does not move anywhere. These lower legs, they do rotate and then they move in and out. But like I said, if you want to move them forward, you have to rotate it around to get it to go like that. So articulation is a little bit more limited on this, but it's still a cool looking piece. I really do like them. Now, much like a lot of the turtle figures that we've gotten, scale is an issue with him. He should be a much bigger figure. But again, a lot of these figures have to fit in that small clamshell, so they're kind of limited in making the figures bigger, but I do really like them. It's kind of cool. And like I said, I have no idea why he would carry around a bat pet with him. It's kind of weird, but I mean, it's Kirby Bat. What are you gonna do? He's a crazy looking guy, but I do like him. I think he's a fun character. He's obviously pretty essential to the storytelling right now, in the fact that he is April O'Neil's dad. But I dig him, and I think you guys will too. So beyond that, that's about it, guys. So once again, I want to thank you for tuning in. This has been Optibotimus. Keep in touch with me. Find out recent purchases as well as all upcoming video reviews all at facebook.com/teambotimus and by following me over on Twitter at twitter.com/optibotimus. Also, check out my new website at optibotimusreviews.com, where you can view all my videos from the past week and check out my schedule for upcoming videos. Also, if you like this review, don't forget to please rate, subscribe, and share this video. And until next time, I'll talk to you later.